Hi, and welcome to the show. And I'm here with Quinton from Swag Productions. Oh, geez, these guys are chasing down entrepreneurs for people who have a goal, or someone with a goal is what Swag stands for. How are you, Quinton?
Not too bad, Mike.
Oh, what a great production you've actually come up with, and a great concept for this. And it is interviewing entrepreneurs, getting their secrets, their strategies, so other entrepreneurs can learn from them. Where did it come from? How did you come up with this concept in the first place?
That's a great question. The whole premise of the heart of the idea came from a situation where I'm in, where I had to go through whether to go to business school and do the 4 years. I don't have do the 4 years just to get a piece of paper that says like you're qualified to do business, and go into debt. Or cut through that and actually just go straight to these guys who are at the top of their game and the top of their industry and just ask them, because what I realized sitting down with some of them, that some of them didn't even go to uni.
No, a lot of them don't.
No. So that was automatically just a spark in my head. Okay, so you didn't go to uni, but what secrets did you have to learn away? What skills did you have to learn along the way to get from where you are, where you started from, to where you are now?
So you're just trying to shortcut through some of the theory and some of the textbooks and say, look, I don't want to read all that. I'll find someone who's already been there and done it, or virtually read it themselves, and they'll just tell me the highlights.
Really, yeah, in a nutshell, it's just standing on the shoulder titans. So those who are on the shoulder and just getting all that knowledge. I know that some of the stuff that we have learnt in books are outdated with how fast technology and knowledge is transitioning, and social media and everything.
Absolutely.
So just to keep everything fast-paced, I'm very hands-on kind of person. I can't sit still in a classroom and absorb the knowledge. I have to actually sit down with someone and copy and almost emulate what they do. So,
you know, you've been talking to some of these entrepreneurs now. Are you finding common traits between them all, or common attitudes between them all?
Yep. The key principles that I find are hard work and patience and persistence. A lot of them have gone through trials and tribulations, have hit the peaks and the valleys, and it's all mindset. It's really what it comes down to, and that's the difference. And that's what I've realized sitting down with these guys is, to be honest, they don't know what they're doing. Some of them don't know what they're doing, and I've realized that you just surround yourself with the people who do know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And that's what I've come to realize. You don't have to know everything, and it's okay that you don't know everything.
Well, one comment you made there, and I think a lot of entrepreneurs will relate to this and find it a challenge, as I know you would. You're a very fast-paced guy, and one of the comments you said is these guys have got patience. That'd have to be a learned skill for an entrepreneur, surely.
It's a long-term game. Business entrepreneurship is a long-term game. And I think with how fast everything is going, social media, Instagram, everyone wants everything now. The fast food mentality, I want it here today.
Yep.
If you are looking to be an entrepreneur, and if you are wanting to go into business, it's from my understanding now, it's a 10+ year game, or 5 to 10+ year. And you have to be persistent and learn skills of patience. You're correct. I am very all hands on deck, very full pace, but I've just got to learn just to take the foot off the pedal a bit and really just narrow down and get that clarity and that focus.
It's interesting narrowing down, and when you came up with your concept, because there are so many entrepreneurs, so many ideas, so many ways you could have presented this platform for people to learn on. Was that also a bit of a challenge to narrow it down so you've got a platform which you were really happy with, and that swag title, that someone with a goal, resonated with what you actually were trying to get across?
Yeah, the swag branding, the idea of someone with a goal was from my own story. So it's something that I'm a goal to be a better provider for my family, to be a better dad, better in all areas, in all facets of my life. And I thought, surely there's other people out there who are in my situation, who may be a dad, who may be coming up through school, who may be unsure of what to do with me. I wasn't a perfect A student, but who are looking for some kind of guidance or direction, and we could connect in that way, and hopefully pass on some of the wisdom from these guys to those guys coming up through the ranks.
what are some of the challenges you've found along the way that you've discussed with entrepreneurs, but also your own challenges, in creating your own business? Because it's not easy.
No. One thing that that I'm going through, and you will go through, is rejection, and that is persistence. You persist through that rejection. That is something that you got to have thick skin. You really just got to have thick skin, and you just got to say thank you for your time. Next, and it's really it's normally what differentiates those who are successful with those who are not. Is the successful just keep going. They get the feed, they get the no, or they get the negative response, and they keep going. So I've just learned to take that on. Other things I've learned on my little journey is really just the drive and the passion. If you feel that, if you have a burning desire, and it comes a lot down to your why. Why do you want to do it? If you enjoy work, do your work. But if you've got something else that you think you were born into this world to fulfill, or do you have a purpose? Then find that thing that inspires you or that drives you, and then just go all in.
Yeah, we hear a lot about, a lot of people come and think Simon Sinek, he wrote his book, and he's not the first. There's been a lot about finding your own why and your own purpose. Was that a journey in itself for you, or was it something that came up and went, how did you find your why and your purpose, and what actually is it?
Yeah. The why for me came purely out of desperation. Prior to 4 years ago, I was working 2 jobs. So on the birth of my third little girl, I've got 3 girls, and on the birth of my third one, we sat down with my wife and I said, look, you can stay home full time. And obviously when she stayed home full time, we lost her income. I said, look, I've got you. I'll pick up the ball and I'll carry us. Hence meant I had to work 2 jobs. Now, I don't recommend working 2 jobs. It is totally unsustainable, and therefore, in my head, look, how can you fix the situation where you can leverage your time and still get some income in without you having to be there? So, hence the entrepreneur bug.
Yes.
I was bitten, and I've been addicted ever since. I've got no one in my family who has a business background.
I was going to ask that. Is this a family trait?
No. This is really just come down from I'm the eldest of 5.
Right.
So,
Okay.
Being the eldest for me, responsibility was put on me very early age. I had to look after my little ones, and a lot of responsibility put on me from my parents to make sure that when they go to work, I pick up the extra, and the extra meant cleaning, cooking. Going to school and doing what I got to do, and then all that responsibility, and obviously seeing my parents go to work and seeing them hustle, was instilled in me. Okay, that hard work pays. It's just patience has to.
So on your journey now, and the shows are going to be absolutely fascinating. You do have that common theme of entrepreneurs sharing strategies that made them successful with other entrepreneurs that want to take that shortcut to success. Basically, that's what I love about the show. But they're all different. You're getting different perspectives. They may have all gone through very similar challenges, but just some of their attitudes. You've interviewed a few people right here in Perth, in West Australia, when you've been starting off. What is it like, as someone starting off, meeting someone who we when we meet them, kind of feel like they've already made it?
It's a totally different feeling. There's a quote, or there's a saying, I don't know who by that, you are the responsibility of, or you're the outcome of the people that you hang around with. So for hanging around millionaires and multi-successful people who are in the top of their game, it doesn't have to be business. It could be those who are in the fitness game. Or relationship experts. And really just sitting down with the people that I have sat down with, it's given me a whole new perspective on what success really is. Like what most of them don't think money is success.
A lot of them amazing, isn't it? Yeah.
A lot of them have different, their values and value around different what success is and what the heart of what makes them truly happy. And so being privileged and reaching out to these guys, and I really appreciate having them their time and sitting down with them, has made me realize, man, that the game now has changed. It's no longer sitting here in books and but actually getting that personal experience, because business is more than just books. It's mindset. It's really just 80%, 90% mindset and 10% strategy. It really it is, because you got to persevere. You're talking to yourself consistently, and when you're sleeping, you're not sleeping. You're thinking, okay, you know, how can we? There's a situation here, or there's a problem here. How can we counter that? And it's, oh man, it's exciting yet, you know,
it's scary.
Scary at the same time.
So you're going on this journey. You've been on it for a little while now. What are a couple of solutions that you've come across that you've been told by some people that have really resonated with you personally? You've kind of gone, I get that. I'm going to work towards having that.
Yep. One of the key value or key principle that I took out of one of my interviews was back yourself. Really just back yourself. If you, the only person that is your number one cheerleader is you, and your number one doubtful one that will always question you and always put you down and be that pessimistic person is you as well. So whatever decision that you make in your life, if you feel, don't go for anyone else's, acknowledgement. Don't seek anyone else's, permission. Just back yourself and go for it. And that's really what I've done with this channel. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm backing myself and I'm saying, hey guys, look, I'm here. I would love to know how you got to where you are. And with that, I'm going to take that and apply that to what I'm doing, and also bring a lot of people who want to come along for the ride and share that knowledge with them as well.
I was going to say, so people watching the channel, this is kind of just a pre-interview, as I would say, for the channel. The channel's been going for a little while. You'll be able to see some interviews on there, but we're just having this bit of a chat. People that want to start getting involved, obviously you can put your videos. Are you going to allow people to make comments, ask questions, and start to interact with the swag production team so they can get more out of it?
Yes. So the swag is, like you said, someone with a goal. So it's everyone who has a goal this year or next year, or whatever their goal financially, through health, wealth, or relationship. They can, by all means, tune in. We can connect. Watch the episodes and take key nuggets out of these interviews that we sit down, and as a community, we can see how we can apply these nuggets to their business and kind of like bounce ideas off each other and build that vibe. That as entrepreneurs, you surround yourself with them. It's a pot of brewing success.
Now, I know you're very entrepreneurial yourself. You've got big plans. Can you share any of the futures? Where do you see swag going for you? Someone with a goal for you. Well, if you're someone goes, you're going to be unleashed, which you're kind of unleashed anyway, my friend. But what is it?
The bigger picture is really just to band together as entrepreneurs. I know, for me personally, there's so much information out there that it was overwhelming and I got confused. But if we can, as a community of Swag Perth, starting off Perth as a community, come together and say, guys, what are our goals? What are your goals this year? Okay, your financial or your financial goals. Okay, let's put you in a community of financial who have the same success. So the bigger picture of Swag is really just to, hopefully blow this up and go from, hopefully Australia, and then build from there and see where it happens, man. I'm enjoying the journey.
I'm not surprised. Look, I've watched two of your videos. One was for overseas people. When I mentioned John Hughes, he's probably the biggest car dealer in Perth, Western Australia, and an absolutely terrific guy. He's very, very generous. You did your interview with John, and some little nuggets from John. I think John was the back yourself. I mean, that sounds like him to me.
Yes, that's John down to a T. Really just, and what I love about John's journey, he didn't come from privilege.
No
money. He blue collar. His parents were,
And I don't know about you, but some of the risks he took in the early days are a bit scary. Talk about back yourself.
Yeah, that is incredible. Is his story, and how he almost went bankrupt a couple of times, and he persevered and he managed to pivot and adjust, and now look at him now.
Great interview to watch, guys. The other one that really struck a chord with me, and I apologise for not knowing the girl's name, but the mechanic.
Yeah, Brooke Miller.
Brooke Miller. What an inspiration.
Absolutely true, Blue. She's amazing. Her story. Just to sit down and just feel. I've got 3 girls.
Yes.
So to be able to connect with her in that level, just in a small way, that she persevered. She's she's
And I think that's probably Brooke Miller
that's
ringing
probably
now.
Brooke now. Yeah,
That's okay.
yeah.
Carry on. We'll ignore the phones.
But so she's not only a female mechanic, but one of the only ones in Perth who owns her own shop.
Wow.
So I said, man, Brooke, we need to get to know each other.
Yeah.
We need to sit down. So it was very privileged to have her share her story.
Yeah.
And yeah, really just share how she went through and how she got to where she is now.
Which is a great interview to watch. Sorry for the phones going off in the background, guys. One thing I am going to leave is a bit of a personal thing from yourself. You go places and people go, who dressed you? We've heard about these three girls. Share this with us. I love this.
So the concept with swag is obviously some of the goal, but it's the way you dress as well. The swag is how you carry yourself. Yeah, when you're someone with a goal, you walk proud, your head straight. And so I thought, okay, how can I pivot and add my own thing to this? So I've approached Cotton On, other retailers, and I said, look, this is what I'm doing. I would love to wear your dress or whatever clothing that you're releasing next season. I know that we're going into winter. It seems to be a long summer at the moment. But I said, look, guys, what are you releasing next summer, next season that I can wear? And so they put a range out. And then I come in with my girls, and I said, girls, okay, you're free to pick some pants, shoes, and a shirt that I will wear down when I sit down with these successful people.
I love this.
And so, so I have no idea where that stemmed from, but it was just an idea. And so at the end of our interview, I sit down with the successful businessman. I say, hey, look, based on the personalities of my three girls, one is very, very loving and caring. Number two is very quirky, funny. She's an actress of the family. And the youngest is brutally honest. Really bad, brutally honest. So I'll give these three personalities, and they pick, and they get it right. Then we have a $50 to $100 gift voucher that we give it to the audience, and that promotes their, that brand and that store as well. So we get the business going. So we're helping each other out as well. So.
Fantastic, Quinton. Great to have you on the show. I am conscious of your time. You did tell me to watch the clock on this one because I know you've got to go pick up these three lovely girls.
School pickup. So
absolutely sensational. All the best with swag. Keep tuning to the channel. Make sure you subscribe, guys. Make some comments. Join in. Absolutely sensational. It's been a real privilege interviewing you.
Thanks. Cheers.